call it pride, a deeper love, pride, a deeper love, pride, a deeper love. Oh, it's the pride that gives you the pride to survive. Pride, a deeper love.
Legit. That is legit how I feel every day. This is like a deeper love, right? I don't really know how else to describe it. So I'm going to follow in suit with Zaina. She says we get started at the 3. And that's exactly how I actually, when I teach fitness classes, I always start at the 3 minutes past.
I'm going to do one last post on Team Empowered for anyone who forgot too. So that way we get any stragglers can hop on right now.
There's my new friend, Amanda Cox. Love following you, girl.
Hey, girl. I just went to the Facebook, like your reminder on Team Empowered. But there was no link, so I had to go back and find it somewhere else.
Oh, go dig around. Okay.
Let me do a quick let me copy the link and make it easy for people real quick.
I'm in my mom's 100-year-old Airbnb that used to be a general store that she turned into a little cabin.
That's freaking amazing. You have to put, but you're gonna need to bring out a little Canadian accent, eh?
Well, yes. We were at the lake, so like, yes, this is how I woke up, put my hair up, and went to the beach. So
it's okay. Like I said, I look like a Oompa Loompa, so do not be distracted by this outfit. My husband buys me these crops, these cute crops. I don't know if you've heard of the brand or the label Talentless, but he's obsessed with it. So he buys me all these crops, and I'm like, I'm too old to be rocking around with a crop all day long, so I'm gonna cover it up with overalls. And then I put it on, and Miles is like, my 8-year-old's like, Mom, you look like from those orange people from Willy Wonka. I'm like, and now we're definitely going out in public. Okay, cool. So 1 minute. See, this is why I say your name and where you're from, because my BF just hopped on and it says she's Eddie.
I have no idea why. I think from like homeschool and Eddie had to join with his class or something. Let me change that.
Eddie is not Eddie. Eddie is Audrey.
There we go.
Oh, there she is. Oh, that was easy. Awesome. So it's 2:03 or 2:03 on the East Coast. We are fully recording, and I'm going to stop this share and switch it up. Hi, friends. I really, really, really want this to be, I can't feel like I'm on an island or alone in this. So I just really want it to be a fun, interactive, kind of a circle roundup call so that we can all engage. I know, obviously if you're driving, don't do that. Keep your eyes on the road. A little bit of team bonding, and of course, gift giving. That's my love language, not just receiving, but also giving. So at the end of the call, we're going to raffle off. I have a pencil and a little piece of paper for everyone who's on live. I know your time is super valuable. So I'm going to gift one lucky sis, one of 2 gifts, which I'll let you know at the end. Let me share my screen here. Dun, dun. And Scout fell asleep in the car. So I transferred her into her bed, and we're all going to cross our fingers and our toes, and anything else is that crosses that she stays asleep. Point of screen. Here we go. Oh, is that Marin? If that's Marin,
I swear I was like, did Zach come up here?
Let me mute her.
Literally just like.
Okay, here we go. Present. Cool. Okay, so dun, dun. Tell me if you can see my screen in 1 second. God, I live on Zoom all day long. You would think I would be able to do this. Yay, thumbs up. Cool, sweet, thanks. We won't go in presentation mode because I don't care if you get to see the background of all of it, because I want to still be able to see all your faces down below. So here's the thing. This is a team party, not ever like a team call or team meeting, because that's just, I I want to party. I've got my energized tea with me, and you all have dropped where you're from and your names in the comment section. I'm so pumped to get to know all you guys. It's June 24th. How crazy is that we're at the end of the month? So for any new leader that just joined our team, first off, welcome. The way that today's going to roll, I'm going to keep it quick and dirty. We're going to go through like a quick new leader ramp up, just like a quick rundown. Then it's time to create. Then we're going to like get super creative. If you have something to write with and a paper, grab it now. And then we're going to play a little game called This or That. And then we're going to give away some stuff. So hopefully it is a value added party. And you are more than welcome to chat. You are more than welcome to talk, whatever you're comfortable with, bring it on. So everybody who is new to our team, welcome. First off, smile. You are so in the right place. And now is the time to actually really utilize the newness that we all have right now. We all have it. So maximizing and for lack of a better word, capitalizing on the wave of excitement, like get fired up and use that momentum right now that you're feeling, that new high, like roll with that. Don't feel like you need to learn all the things before you can dive in. And then of course, it's time to walk the walk. I'm going to open up my chat so I can be a part of this. There we go. Then of course, walk the walk. So start doing all the things. Like the vital behaviors of Shaklee are kind of vague. But for our team, I really strongly think that your daily wellness should take a forefront. So your meology or your vitalizer, whatever you're choosing to do, your life shake, the path of whatever nutrition that you're following, your exercise program, commit to those things every day so that you are a leader and you're leading by example. And then of course, Shaklee has 300 products in their catalog. Like it's a little bit overwhelming. So every month or even every week, like study a few of those things and add a couple of those products to your next loyalty order so that you can talk the talk, right? Like our skincare line is incredible, but you can't really share about skincare unless you are using it. Along with our home products, along with our children's products, like such big game changers that if you don't know, then you're missing out. So walk the walk. And then of course, talk the talk. This is super scary. Like it makes my armpits sweat. Even saying the words, make a list of 20 people who you want to share Shaklee with, like that, like makes my stomach hurt, right? Because you start to feel like, oh crap, like this is too much pressure. I'm just a salesperson. Like, why would they care about what I have to say? But quite honestly, like you have a gift to share. Like there are so many people that could have their lives changed with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the products that Shaklee has to offer. So it's not scary because you are adding value and you are creating an environment for them to live their best life. So yeah, 20 people is scary, but I promise you, once you get to 20, you start to feel like a little twinge, like that little high of like, oh my gosh, could you imagine if all 20 of these people committed to living their best life and then you reap the rewards of that? And I'm not talking about the money or the monetary that goes with that or the bonuses, but how rad is it to wake up and look on your phone and see someone text you that they're down 7 pounds from their cleanse, what Audrey texted me this morning, or they're feeling amazing, or they don't go through the day at 3 o'clock and hit a wall and wow, Shaklee is awesome. Like that is the best freaking feeling ever. So do the scary, like do it scared. Just do it. And then of course, the people that get to join you on your team, think of 5 right now. As a new leader, think of 5 people that you want to work with. Like you get to be picky, you get to be choosy, you get to create your family and your tribe with people that resonate with you. And then of course, talk meology. That quiz, you guys, I don't know if you have come from other MLMs or other points of sales, but cold calling is for the birds. And the meology quiz it's not just a warm intro. It is like, it's hot. It is like coming in hot. I could play that song in the background if I was a DJ and I was that quick. But it is such a warm way to reach out to people, like get as many people as you can to take your meology quiz. It's an intro to Shaklee. It's a gateway to follow up. It's amazing. It's absolutely changed the game of my business. Share, post, email, text, call, party, all the things. Read or listen. So this is scary too, because finding time to do this is hard and you just have to do it. What I do is I set my timer to 10 minutes and I race against the clock. So I give myself 10 minutes, and quite honestly, it's usually when I'm like out of the shower or I'm washing my face and brushing my teeth, because I don't open up books. Some of you guys do. You need like the handheld stuff, which you guys are my heroes. I know Audrey's like that. She needs like the touch and feel. I don't know how she does that with 3 babies. But I listen to Audible 10 minutes a day. I set the timer and I just commit to 10. I added on to some of Zaina's awesome recommendations. I've read all of these books. I fully have read them a second and a third time, especially Heart-Led Leader. I love that book. When I say book, I mean the Audible. So set a timer, give yourself 10 minutes a day. Last and final for brand new leaders, pace to director. I don't want you to feel, I know it's scary right when you get in, because we're all telling you like, this is where you need to get to, like, this is what you want. This is what we need. This is going to give you the fuel to keep moving on to the next rank. I don't want you to feel like it has to happen, in 27 seconds. So this pace setter bonus, which is just one of 4 different bonuses that Shaklee offers on top of commission, it definitely gives you rails. So in month 1, you hit 500 in PV and it's a $50 bonus. That's paid out in your very next month's check. So you're not waiting, you don't have to qualify, you just get it. Month 2. So it literally paces you, in $500 increments, that by month 4, boom, bam, bang, you've got your $500 pace setter bonus added up. And in addition, you get your $500 21,000 in 2021 bonus of $500. So pace yourself and remember this. Pace yourself. That sounds funny. And remember that in 5s, do it in 5s, and you get there in 4. Get there in 4 months. Okay, so if any new leaders on the call have any new leader questions, throw that in the chat and we'll all circle back to that at the end, because answering questions and being a part of a team, like, this is a circle roundup, not just me talking. Let's dive in. How to tell your story without selling or pitching. I've been with Shaklee now for 2.5 months, a little over 2.5 months, which is wild to say. And I've been in the multi-level marketing business for 7, and I've been in the corporate business for 8. So I've sold everything under the sun, including people. Then not a pimp. I was a recruiter. And I've worked in all different capacities. And I have this book that lives on my desk no matter what business I'm in. And it's not on my list because it's not on Audible, but it's the Little Red Book of Selling. And I'm sure some of you guys have it, but this is like, I'm pretty sure it was like created in like 1902. But it's awesome. And it really talks about how to sell your story without pitching. But the game has changed. This book wasn't around when social media was. So that's why I'm here today, to help you create a social experience on the internet where you can build a business and you can attract and be a magnet for the types of people, one, you want to sell to, and the types of people that, one, you want to join your team. So what I want you to do is just flip your page over so that you can start brand new, if you can. And we're going to create your brand, and we're going to do it right now. And you might've already done this, but guess what? $20 says, since you joined Shaklee, it's changed. So what you're going to do with these 5 points is you're going to write down the 5 things that make you, you. the 5 things that make Shell, the 5 things that make Becca, the 5 things that you're about, your full circle, your whole heart. So just take a moment and write those down. And bonus points, extra booty shaking for anyone who jots them down in the chat section that I can pop up somewhere. Where is it? Ooh, someone's from Texas. Erica says you'd be a really good pimp. It's because I look like an Oompa Loompa. I get it. People would follow a little orange person around all day. And that's why we're friends, Erica. Little Red Book of Sewing. Okay, so here's mine. I'm a military wife, first and foremost, because my man is my man. I'm Miles and Scout's mom, and I love wine. So normally it's just a little too early, but normally this would have wine in it. And I am not afraid to say that or post it. Post it. You like that? That's my Canada accent coming out. I'm a fitness freak. I teach virtual fitness 5, 6, 7 days a week. And I'm a wellness warrior. So nowhere on my brand does it say Shaklee. Nowhere on my brand does it say Shaklee, because Shaklee is just the vehicle in which I'm creating this monumental, magnificent life, right? But nobody gives a crap about the company that you work for. Like, I hate to break it to you. No one cares about your product. No one cares about your amazing company. And I'm sure you know that, but I just want to reiterate why. So Zaina said, mama to a baby and a toddler, nutrition, Amazon finds, yeah, fitness, life hack pro, totally. Oh, let me read Erica's. Jesus, freedom, family, business-minded, and loyal friend. Dang it. I'm changing mine. I'm going to add in freedom. Awesome. I love it. Okay. So nobody gives a crap about the company that we work for, right? Or the company that we represent. Do they care about the products that we're offering? No. Do they care about your kids? Quite honestly, no. Do they care about your food photo that you just posted? I hate to break it to all of us, but the answer is always, always, always going to be no, unless it's like your grandma Mary who was following you because that's all she has to do all day. I wish I had a grandma Mary. People care about, and this is of course not absolute. This is what, maybe 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 people care about themselves. They care about how you are going to help them, right? So it's all about them, like literally me. So we have to be magnets for the type of people that we want to work with or sell to. I know I said that before, but it's a huge thing to think about when you're posting on social media and when you're engaging with people, is to be the magnet that you want to attract. And that's where your brand comes in, right? So all the things that you just wrote about, they're going to create a social experience where people now have a looking glass into your world. They will care about your kids. They will care about your recipes only if you give them something else to care about, right? Like, you've got to give them value. You've got to add something to their world that's going to only benefit them. Me. Keep thinking me. So is it a tip? Is it value? Is it heartstrings? Is it laughter? Before I post on social media, I ask myself 3 questions. And as long as I've answered, or as long as I've hit one of these 3, I continue to post my brand. So I'm sitting down to do a post and I ask myself, okay, does this add value? And then I say, no, oh gosh, this doesn't add value. And then I keep going down. I'm like, does this tug at heartstrings? Is this something that will resonate with someone? Or is this a story of overcoming obstacles? Okay. And if I answer no to that, I go on to the 3rd one. And then my 3rd one, is this funny? Quite honestly, people need something from you. They want to laugh, or they want to cry. Like that is the truth. Like we are an emotion-based population. Like we are driven by emotion, and that's where sales come in. I hate to break it to you. You're either laughing, you're either crying, or you're either taking in something, right? Like, so you post your story and you're sharing this amazing recipe, and it's so awesome, and you're giving a life hack at the end that says like, I did this entire thing in 20 minutes and or less. Like reach out if you want the step-by-step. That's value, right? Heartstrings. You share a story of overcoming IBS or insomnia or weight gain, and something that was like debilitating in your world that you are now taking the steps forward to overcome this. That's heartstrings. That's someone who's going to read that, and it's going to, you know, right in the belly, right to their heart, and resonate with someone. Or is it funny? Are you making fun of yourself? That's also super scary. But like, what's that book? Get Over Your Damn Self. Like, get over it. Like, just do it. Make fun of yourself. It's awesome. Trust me. I look like an Oompa Loompa right now. I'm not afraid of it. So if I didn't answer yes to those 3 questions, then I just don't post it. It's just not worth it. I just walk away and I move on with my day. So you have your brand, you have it written down. Basically, it's 2 steps. It's 2 simple steps to building a social media presence. For me at least. This is obviously not absolute. The first step is, does this have to do with my brand, or am I like so off the wall right now? Like, is this about me? Is this about the 5 things that I'm about? And then my second question is the 3 things. Is it value? Does it create laughter? Does it pull at heartstrings? And that's like the final, like, okay, I'm ready and I'm pumped up and I'm ready to go. And I sit back and I'm ready to take in whatever comes. And as you're building, if you're brand new and you're like, what if I don't have a following? Like, what if I have like 150 friends on Facebook? Or what if I have like, 600 followers on Instagram? Well, it's also time to start doing ish scared, right? Like Zaina, Audrey, we all started with like, I don't know, 5 friends on the internet. It's time to check out friends of friends. It's time to, check out mutual friends. It's time to add groups on Facebook, excuse me, and start adding people so that they can be invested in your world. Have that looking glass, and be ready for you to bring them value, laughter, heartstrings. I was saying tears, but I'm like, God, that sounds so mean, making people cry. Okay, so let's play this or that. My chat box is open. You're going to type in left or right. So I'm sitting here, or you're sitting here, and you're like, oh my gosh, I am so obsessed with our face masks. Like, okay, first of all, I am so obsessed with our face masks. Aren't you? Like, I did the purifying one in the bath with Scout yesterday. She's super scared when I put it on. Like, she makes me wash it off way earlier than 10 minutes. But wow, like all of the caca out in the air right now, the purifying mask, my jam. And usually it's the gold one, because clearly look at the picture. So I'm going to write a post, and I'm going to talk about how the summer weather has my skin so dry, having a routine rocks. Every other day I lather these gems on my face, and I can't believe the difference in my skin. Which picture would you post that you would look at? Jennifer, boy, mom, farm kid. Yeah, you would feel right at home where I live. Love to learn. Jesus lover. History is my jam. And you would love my husband. Right. But how often do we see a picture or do we see our products and we think, I love this so much. How can I not take a picture of it? Like we do. We really think that way, right? But again, no one cares about your product. No one cares about your company. No one cares about the packaging. Right now, they care about what it's doing for you to see if it could do that for them. So lather that ish on your face and take a photo. For sure. Yeah, funny. You're funny. Okay, ready? Here we go again. I feel like I'm on a game show. And this or that. So here's my funny post. That last one sort of adds value, right? Sort of. But this next one, I remember doing this post because it was all about poop. I am not afraid to talk about poop ever. It is amazing. There we go. Oh yeah. It is, there is really no TMI for me, which is a little scary that you're having me all do this call. Left for show.
I'm a history teacher and a mom, and I talk about poop a lot in my history classes because it's just been a part of, like water sources and everything. So
It's
not shy.
Right? Totally agree. So, but if you've done the 7-day cleanse, then you know the poop is amazing. Like amazing. Even princesses poop. Yes. Even Oompa Loompas. It's orange, but it happens. So I've done every detox known to men, known to women. You'll learn that about me too. I've run the gamut. Like I was the girl that was doing like the cabbage soup diet and black market diets and all the things. So I was just telling Audrey this today. We were like, oh my gosh, how obsessed are we with the 7-day cleanse from what we're used to? It's a game changer. But talking about it is like, when you say the word cleanse, it's a scary word. People don't want to read the word cleanse. They're like, one, homie, it's summer. The last thing I want to do is be on a detox. Like it's just a word that we shy away from. So poop, that's a funny word. And this picture right here that shows how pretty it is to see the live shake next to the 7-day cleanse. Like, yeah, it's a gorgeous picture, but it's me on the left kind of hiding it. And then I just start listing out like, poop is my life. Exactly. So digestion. So it's a deeper dive into gut health, right? And then when you do a post that talks about gut health, some people also are like, God, that's like also like a heavy duty word. But poop, to all moms, it resonates. Speaking of that, Audrey, your cousin is texting me right now. Okay, moving on. This or that. Yay, you all won so far. 2 out of 2. Okay, so here we go. The energy, the sleep, the skin, digestion, all of it. Take a moment to ask yourself how you're feeling right now. Trust me, I know it's a hard question to ask, but for the last year, I've been feeling down, out, sluggish, uninspired. I'm no one special. I just knew I needed a change. Right? But the irony here is everything on the left is what got her everywhere on the right. Right? So it makes sense to want to share pictures of the things that we're using that are getting us there, but you've got to you're telling a story, and you can't tell a story with a picture of a product. So this post right here, like, talk about pulling at your heartstrings, because you're asking people a really hard question. And for us in this business, or this gift, right? I'm kind of done calling this a business, because I really truly feel this is such a gift. Like, right down to where it brings tears to come from my eyes. Like, this is a gift. This is a gift to wake up and put in, whether it's 30 minutes a day, 2 hours a day, 6 hours a day, whatever you have to give this gift. It's incredible. So this post, it got so much attraction. This is my girl, Jessica. And she asked a really hard question, and people responded, and they came back in her DMs, and it was like the floodgates opened up for these women. And a lot of the women that she inspires and circles with, they're single, or they're single moms, they're corporate, working corporate, a little bit different demographic than most of us are used to. And it was like a game changer. She was like, oh my gosh, these women are like reaching out to me, and they really did ask themselves, how am I feeling right now? And what came back internally to them was not the best answer. So this or that, we all know that the right is the better one to post with, and it's going to have the most traction. So I'm going to stop sharing real quick. And I'm still, my eyes are drawn to poop. Poop queens coming in hot. I'm just still reading the chat section. So you've got your brand, you've got your 5 things that you're about, which that's kind of your realm, like your realm. That's where when you sit down to post, you're like, okay, which one am I going to pick today? Because if you look on your social media and if it's all number 5, then they only see one part of your life. If it's all number 2, like you've got to be, yes, you have to be multidimensional. Like you are not one dimensional. You are about all of these things. So change it up. If every day you're talking about skincare and vitamins, then you're only going to attract people who are obsessed with skincare and vitamins. But if every day you're sharing silly stories about your children, you're giving life hacks to new moms, you're talking about poop, you're sharing how you overcame a giant obstacle in your life and how you're on the path to financial freedom, how much more are you opening up your window of opportunity to grab in these amazing women to join your circle and be on your team? So pitching and selling, and as great as Jeffrey Gitmer's book is, the secret to selling is never selling a thing. Never selling a thing. We can be super, super, super successful in this business, and it's all about you, right? It's all about you. You are the face of Shaklee. You are the one offering people, the gateway to financial freedom. You are the one offering these incredible supplements, these amazing products to help make their life easier and simple and live younger, longer. We don't have to sell anything, but it does help to have these rails, right? It does help when you sit down, because sometimes it's overwhelming, right? You sit down on social media and you're like, I have to do some work. And you're like, what does that work mean? What does that mean? Right? Like, what do I work? Do I just like reach out to people and say hi? Do I do just a random post to post? I get it. It is super scary, but now you have a couple of rails to be like, okay, well, here's my 5. Like, what do I want to talk about today? What do I want to share about today? And am I going to pull at heartstrings today? Am I going to make people laugh? Am I going to add value? Like, what am I going to do? I just want to help make your life at Shaklee and in our team just a little more simple, to where you can just get down to business versus like shooting in the dark. Because let me tell you, in my previous company, we shot in the dark. We were just never in the light. I was just always in the dark. I was on an island. I was always in the dark. I was always figuring out what to do. And I was always, it was all trial and error. And so I feel like now, 8 years later, this is a really, really, really good plan. It gives you rails and it gives you results. You're going to see your following grow. You're going to see your interaction. If you are creating these social experiences on the internet, you're going to see all of your stuff grow. Your followers, your posts, your comments, all the things. You just got to be consistent. And my last and final thing to close out, because I like to keep everything as quick as I can, is yes, you're going to do all these things, right? You've got your 5 and you've got your 3 questions to ask. But people are going to start following you. They're going to start paying attention. But you also have to do this other added thing that is the fine print, the asterisk. You have to be a constant contributor on social media. So you've got to engage and you've got to network. And that's where your timer comes in. You take your timer on your phone and I do everything in 10s, which is funny because when I teach, I only know how to count to 8. So, but in timers, I can do 10. So I set my timer to 10 minutes and I work the clock. I work as fast as I can in 10 minutes and I get on social media and I am the cheerer of the Badass Babes Club. I search for women who are doing amazing things, whether it's my friends, whether it's my family, or whether it's people I've never met and probably never will meet in my life. I cheer them on no matter what they're doing. I don't care if they crush their day as a mom. I don't care if they have failed as a mom, if they hit a milestone in their business, including if their business is another company. That's the key right there. You are an equal opportunity cheerleader. You cheer on your babes, because as women, and I'm old, I feel old, as an older woman, when else do we get like recognized? Which is silly because Shaklee recognizes us all the time. But when else does someone tell you you are crushing it? Like, how rad, you're doing awesome, mama. Like, go get it, girl. Not very often. So you go be that to someone else every day. 10 minutes, take 10 minutes to be the cheerleader, because that helps create you're engaging and you're networking. And now that person is going to see what you're doing, right? It's the laws of the universe that what you give out is what is given back to you, right? But if you're never commenting or you're never liking, you'll pay for it, right? Be a giver, not a taker. Okay. So I think that we did all the things. Now I just want to stop talking and listen to you talk. Can you unmute or do whatever you have to do to let me know you're still awake? Question, any questions? Serena and I were at other companies and always cheered each other on. Totally. Like, Erica's somebody that you just want to be around, right? She's just somebody you want to be a part of her world. So if she's doing great things, like, hell yeah. How do you stay creative when you have a zillion things going on? Alia, girl, you're speaking my language.
This is hard because I work full time. I have my podcast. I have a social life. I have a dude, like juggling all the things. And then when I finally go to post, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm ready to go. If it's not in my planner of what to post, I'm like, this is going to be no makeup. Let's just go. But I don't have things.
I love it. I'm sure. I love it. I'm sure we all have tips, and I'm sure Erica, we all do, but my favorite thing, because I feel you on that and we all are like crazy busy. My favorite thing to do is, because you just said you're social, which means there's a couple of nights of the week that you look like a hot, it's recorded, piece of ass. Not that you don't right now, but you know what I mean? Like, you're all dressed up, but you're like probably 10 minutes late already by the time you're done, and you're ready to like get in the car. You take the photo of whatever it is, whether it's whatever, just a photo of you, whether it's in your outfit, outside, whatever, and then just add it to your album, right? Like, you have nothing to post. There's nothing that comes with that. You just take the photo. And anytime when you're inspired by 1, how you look, 2, how you feel, or 3, where you're at, take a dang photo. You don't have time to post then, but you do have time to throw it in your album that is called something super badass, like what to post. Literally an album that says what to post. And it's just pictures of me, whether it's before and afters, or skincare photos of no makeup, or full makeup photos, or like what I think I'm like hot girl summer photos. Take that photo, and then as your wheels are turning while you're out or whatever, do it later. Do it later. But you already have the picture done. That's where the inspiration comes from. Right? It's when you're taking the picture and then you see it, and then it like kind of pulls at something. You're like, oh dang, like I look good. Do I look good because I'm treating myself well? I'm finally aligning with all the things I've wanted. That's how I do it. I can't. I always look like a hot mess. Like, if you saw the call yesterday in the Shaklee Buzz, like, I don't even think I had a bra on, which was super embarrassing. I didn't even know it till the end. But
didn't even notice. Not a big deal.
Thank God. So yeah, I get it. We're all so busy. And how do you find the time to post? It's taking the pictures when you feel your best, and then saving it for later. And then you go through your inspiration, or you go through that album that you have and you pull from that. And quite honestly, you're going to have that album filled up faster than you think, because that's your inspiration, and that's going to help pull out your content. Looking through those photos. And add photos of not just you in that, right? Like your kids. Like, have you ever snapped a photo of your child eating broccoli? That's weird to say, but I feel like I'm doing that all the time. Like Zaina, you're like, You're eating broccoli. You know, there's like there's a post right there. Like, I feel like my kid eats broccoli because I have a well-rounded diet. He starts with his Life Shake every day, and he takes his, his immunity vitamins by Shaklee. And he's eating broccoli. Yes, real life kids messes, all the things. Okay, any other questions before I
You can do it in reverse of that too. So like I like writing. That's one of my stronger skills is writing. And so I actually have a notes tab on my phone where I just write out little like really short blips, like titles almost of posts that I want to do whenever I get an idea. Because when you get an idea isn't always when you have the time to develop the idea. And then I actually when I do my pictures, I put them almost immediately into Lightroom. I throw a preset on it, and then I put it immediately into Instagram and save it as a draft. So when I go to Instagram, I'm like, I need to make a post right now. I look through and I'm like, okay, I have 15 pictures just sitting here ready to post. And then I go to my notes tab and I'm like, okay, here I have 10 captions, which one matches the picture, and that works really well for me. So if you don't use Lightroom right now, it's a free app. It's really, really helpful. And then there's presets on either Etsy or kind of wherever. I use the light and airy presets, and you literally just press a button and it edits your picture. And so if you want to work on the aesthetics of your Instagram, that's a direction to go. But I also don't let that paralyze you, like the aesthetics of your Instagram, because there are many people I know that make six figures who have very ugly Instagrams. So I just don't let that be something that you feel like hinders you. But drafts, I swear, is a huge deal on Instagram. It's just so easy to have them all in there.
Yes, drafts. Totally. Especially when you can just put you can write as quick as you can because you're about to fall asleep. And then you wake up, you're like, I have a draft all ready to go. All I have to do is just go in and edit and find a photo. Just forgot about drafts. That's so smart. So smart. Okay. So other than telling your story without pitching, creating your brand, engaging, and creating a social experience, is there anything that anybody else wants to talk about besides poop? Before I do a little, you guys talk amongst yourselves real quick because I'm going to put everyone's name in a hat. I have to find a hat on the wall. I'll find an Eric hat.
The ultra pragmatic leader, and it's month end right now. Does anyone want some month end ideas? Does that feel like something that would be helpful to anyone?
Yes. And I'd love to hear if anyone on the team has a month end goal that they're shooting for too.
Yeah, so we can cheer you on.
Yes.
Proposing director this month.
So just some month end ideas. And this could apply to you if you started your business yesterday or today, or if you've been in business. I mean, I know most of us are less than 3 months, but so all pretty new for us. But if you just started versus if you've been going for a while, there's still plenty of time, and the tips are kind of the same. Okay, yes, Shell and Alia, I know for a fact are going to hit director. Those two are rock star freaking babes, and they've pulled off way bigger things than that I personally have witnessed. So I know for sure they can do that. So okay, month end tips. 1, go through all of your existing customers. So your existing customers, they like Shaklee because they've already bought it. And so go through your existing customers. I always like to make sure that when I check in with a customer that I look at their order history first. So if someone ordered 5 days ago, it's kind of not appropriate to ask them to place another order. That's kind of obnoxious. So check on their order history. If they just placed an order, what's more appropriate is to ask them if they've received their order. Hey, have you received your order? Have you unboxed your package yet? Do you have any questions on how to use anything, or would you like some recipe ideas? That's a true customer service oriented person, and you're going to get tons of reorders that way. If they say, yes, I'm loving everything, say, hey, I know you already placed an order, but wanted to let you know that we have this 40% off stock up and save option right now. So if you love something that you already ordered, it might be on this list of things you can stock up on. No pressure. Wanted to make sure I didn't drop the ball and forget to tell you that. So you're keeping it light. You're just serving them. If someone has not ordered recently, check in with them. I like to ask, hey, is there anything that you're low on? Are you about to run out of stock on things? We know shipping times are a little slower than ideal right now. So don't wait until the last minute to stock up, because it would be such a bummer to run out of your Meology or whatever it is. So those are two scenarios with checking in with the existing customers. If you have a list of your on the fencers, figure out what your offer is for your on the fencers. So I always have a list of people going that are like kind of sitting there in like Mayberville. And I always tell my team that the best thing to do with sales is you're not really trying to get them to say yes. You're just trying to get them to make a decision. So either the decision is no or the decision is yes. Both of those are fine. You just don't want them in no man's land, because then it's your job to follow up with them until they make a decision. So you're trying to push them in one direction or the other. So figure out what your offer is going to be. Is your offer going to be, it could be something as simple as, if you place an order, I'll do a 30-minute consult with you on the phone. You know, if you place an order, I will throw in a shaker cup for you. I'll Venmo you for the cost of a shaker cup. I know for my team, we have some offers going. I know everybody else has some things going, but figure out what it is that you're going to reach out to them about, other than just pulling the trigger, because you need to have something to bring that urgency, some sort of carrot to dangle. So that's your on the fencers. And then check in with your team. And do so in a way that's not about you. That's really, really important. If you have a team and you're checking in with them and you're like, hey, we need to hit this and this for my goal, you're not going to have a team pretty quickly, because no one wants to work to build your dream. That's why they decided to join Shaklee, is because they're working to build their dream. So figure out what the next possibility is for each person. Everyone on the call can totally hit pace setter, right? Like totally. If you started right now, you could hit pace setter by the end of the month. So if someone just started, check in with them on pace setter, make sure that nobody is missing their PV. Does everybody know that rule? That's really important. So if they have sold 300 PGV, so they have sold to customers, but they haven't personally placed a 100 PV order, they're not commissionable. And so for me as a leader, I feel really responsible for making sure that people know that, so they don't miss out on getting paid. So just kind of some of those fine tooth comb things. And if you don't know those things, ask Serena or Z or me, and we can totally help you with those sorts of things. But that would be my suggestion. Kind of last ditch effort would be like going live. Why don't we go live today together? Like reach out to me and we'll do that together. I'll go live with you today. You know, even if you're a sideline, like let's do that together today. I did one yesterday on the landmark study and I got like 20 DMs from it. So we can totally do something like that. But those are kind of my last month in tips. You guys, you know that the last week of the month, do you guys know this? This is a statistic. This isn't even just like an Erica idea. The last week of the month, you usually do twice the volume of the first 3 weeks of the month.
Yep.
So if you're looking at your numbers now and you're like, oh shoot, I'm so far away, don't even worry about it, because you can take what you already have. You can triple it. All you said, there's month end magic and it's totally real. So you can totally hit your goals, you guys.
So, gosh, amazing nuggets. Those are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So many things I
So
wrote
good.
down. Another thing that I like to do is, and no offense to all my blonde bombshells, but I play, it's not offensive, but I play the dumb blonde towards the end of the month with people who have already, I know, have gotten the Meology quiz or haven't. People who have either seen my post, made a comment saying like they are sort of interested, but haven't even pulled the trigger on the quiz. And I send this message. I actually just sent this message this morning at 9:47 a.m. I can show you proof. It says, good morning, friend. I'm checking in. Let me know if you want to retake your Meology quiz. I think you already took it, right? Question mark. So it gives them, they wake up to it. First of all, it's kind of confusing. Second of all, it has a question in it that they have to respond to, but it's a super no pressure question. And she responded within 30 minutes and she said, I didn't, and I do, meaning she didn't take it, but she still needs to. I sent it to her, and within the hour, after describing what the Prove It Challenge was and how it was a no-brainer for me, and it's where I started, right? This is where I started, so you are credible. She ordered a Prove It Challenge bundle within the hour. Just from that follow-up, which was asking a question about, do you want to take it over? Like, is there a reason why you haven't pulled the trigger on me when you kind of reached out and were a little, lukewarm about it? Did you want to take the quiz over? She's like, oh crap, I just didn't do it. So there are a lot of people that you've probably sent your meology quiz to that just haven't gotten around doing it. And then you don't want to be that like bug. You don't want to be like a super, 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 like, I'm going to bug you. You haven't taken your quiz yet, because you can see that they haven't, right? Because you'll get a notice that says that they have. So instead of bugging them and saying, can you please go take your quiz? Ask them if they want to retake it. Do you want to retake your quiz? And even for the people, if you go into your back office and you click reports, you're going to see all of the people who took their meology that haven't ordered from you. So if you're doing how we are, this is my invite strategy, is everyone gets the quiz. I'm super bossy about it, but I'm like straight from the heart. And I go into that. That's my lead. That's where I generate my leads from. And I just start saying, did you want to retake it? And that creates the intro into a deeper dive follow-up, so that you're not just being like, knock, knock, no one's there. Oh, don't you want to order from me? It's time. Can you please order from me now? Which is most likely going to get ignored. So what about people who have, there you go, Jen, people who have taken the quiz. That's exactly what you should say. You should send it right now before wherever you are, in the next 10 minutes, just send that exact thing. You can, I said, let me know if you want to retake your meology quiz over again, sister. I think you already took it, right? So I would play that you don't see that they've taken it. So give them 2 questions to respond to, which tends to be a little bit more invested. Like, it gives them, oh God, I got to respond to her with something.
Even if I've sent them a message and said, hey, I see you've taken it. So probably I can't play that card.
Well, I mean, you can, but it doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room to keep talking. Like, you need to have them engage. You want them to engage. Remember, social media and sales is all about the experience, the social experience. So if you're only asking them, I see you already, that's not a question. I see you already took it. You ready for, like, what? Ready for
idea for you, Jennifer, for that's been working for me, because you kind of can't say that now. Like, that's lack of integrity at this point. You can't say that. So what I would say to someone like that is, like, maybe I'm gonna get in trouble with Shaklee or whatever, but I have titled myself a brand consultant for Shaklee. Okay, this is my job now. Shaklee wants to know from me what they can to be the best ever, because I am consulting for them. So I'm really cool. And people think that is really cool, that you get to brand consult for a brand. Like, that's really special. And so they want to be a part of that. And so what I have said to people who've taken the quiz but haven't responded to me is, I've said, hey, I saw you took the quiz and that's so awesome. Thank you so much for doing that for me. I have a couple of questions for you, because I'm actually brand consulting for Shaklee. And so your feedback would be priceless for me on this. How do the recommendations for your supplements stack up to what you're currently taking? And how long did it take you to take the quiz? And was there anything you felt like we needed to add to it? So your goal, in my opinion, and this is what Serena is saying too, isn't really just to like get someone to buy from you or say yes. It's just to get them to talk to you. Because if I can get someone to talk to me, I can usually sell to them, or I can usually get them to understand what I'm talking about if I can get them to talk to me. So it's just about playing tennis with that person. Like, okay, I hit it to you, you hit it back to me, I hit it to you, you know? And so you just want to send them something that requires them to respond. So if you're brand consulting, they're gonna be stoked about like, ooh, let me criticize this quiz. And then you go, okay, all right, so that it took you there, and you can kind of play from there. And once you get a response, send it to Serena and she'll totally know what to say. She will, but
I'm telling you, when you ask them if they want to retake it, that's such a good segue that I accidentally fell into, because Audrey and I keep retaking it. So we're like, oh, and I'm like, oh crap, I should be asking these people who have already took it once 2 months ago, who haven't pulled the trigger. That is my follow-up. My follow-up to those people who took it so long ago is, do you want to, I think you want to take it again, because something didn't, like, there's some questions that you have, or something's not, adding up to where you didn't, there was a reason why you didn't pull the trigger. Do you want to take it again? I love that you said, Jen, that you're having a hard time because people have never heard of Shaklee. Girl, I had never heard of Shaklee.
My husband is one of those people. He's an ag person. He's like, is this FDA approved? I'm like, it's way better than anything the government would ever allow. Are you kidding me? I'm like, I know. I have this I can show you. And he's like, I don't have time. I'm like,
that I know. Trust me. And my husband, I love that you say that, because my husband was trying to be a cheerer of the Badass Babes Club in my previous company and just sort of supporting me through it. But a month ago, he came to me after he's been using Shaklee products, which, yes, was because I had to tie his hands behind his back to force him. Yes. And he was an unwilling participant, but also very okay, I'm going to support you, of course, but don't expect me to have any crazy transformation. Came to me a month ago and was like, I have something to tell you.
You win.
He was like, I feel awesome. I have to tell you. And he works, he won't get home tonight until 3 o'clock in the morning. And he sleeps for maybe 4 hours. He works out hard in the gym. He is a great, great, great transformation of somebody who was I was giving every last second of my day just to make it. And now he's thriving. And he sees the difference, he feels the difference, and he's like, and this morning he sends me a text that says, okay, so I almost said his upline. His former boss actually came to him and said, we noticed that, Serena left her past company, and you guys look like you're doing awesome. Can you just tell us what's up? What's going on? So we sent him the quiz, and he thumbs up. It's okay, cool, I'm on board. So now he's my assistant. Now he's just going to be my assistant and just bring me all the leads. So as you guys are wrapping up, love you, Air. Love you, love you, love you. Can't wait. Zaina can't wait to shade out directors. Yay. Yes. Yes. We're doing awesome.
Serena.
Yay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Aud.
Jen, I was reading your thing about how you have a hard time because very few people have heard of it. I kind of wondered that myself, and what I really rely on is the history of our company. It's not just a new kid on the block,
right.
Heard of it because it's so new. You know what, that's cool. I hadn't really either, but then I learned all of this stuff about the company. It's been around for 65 years. Mm-hmm. Did you know they created the first vitamin? They were the first to create a household cleaning product that was completely organic. In the 50s, they created the first protein powder. Our Olympians take it. They have so much street cred. And one of the things I kind of like though is that it's not in your face at all. They're just I'm over here killing it, and I don't need to say anything about it. You're gonna hear about it. And when I called my dad to make, Dad, I have something to tell you. I'm leaving this company and I'm gonna go here. He goes, wait, how do you spell it? And I spelled it. He goes, oh yeah, I know them. They've been around forever.
Yep.
So our parents know about it.
Yeah. Well, my mom's stepbrother, I remember we used to have 5-gallon buckets of blue Shaklee.
Right,
seniors,
exactly.
you know?
But like we were younger and didn't know
But
what
that
it
was
was, but
so
to our
long ago.
parents, it's like what it is to us now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So like
different.
I don't think you need to feel bad about like maybe they haven't heard of it. Like enlighten them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
Love it.
I've tried, but
I'm
it's-
sure.
yeah.
But you know, or think about like what it is that may speak to them that's like kind of part of the history. Like a lot of my friends are into knowing those facts, whether it's because they are athletes or it's like a performance thing or it has to do with supplements and things like that. Like, oh wow, really? They like created the first vitamin? Gosh, like they've had a lot of time to get it right,
Yeah.
you know?
So
So
them.
just things like that. I like having those conversations. Be like, oh my gosh, you haven't heard of it? Let me tell you. And that's where I like to like share it with people, you know? So
I love that. I love that. And you can also share that you didn't know about it either. Like that's okay too.
Right.
Right? Like that's the best part is that, right? Like I respond back with, you're telling me, and I had never heard about it either. And now it's blowing my mind. And I can't not share this with you. Like it is for me to say it's a no-brainer to get into the gateway. I call our Prove It Challenge bundle is like our gateway into Shaklee. This is going to be your entryway into looking and feeling your best right out the gates, and then give you this look into everything that Shaklee has to offer. So for $159, I like you have to put it back on you, right? Because you have to be credible. I also didn't know about Shaklee. I also was a little bit skeptical. And I did then invest the $159 because my girlfriend said that her life was like totally morphing and changing in these amazing ways. And what I found was I'm now going to share this with the world because this is awesome. So it's kind of like taking feel, felt, found and turning it into not overcoming an objection, but overcoming like a cement wall. Because feel, felt, found is when someone comes back at you and says like, no, not a chance. All the stuff that I'm doing is just fine. And then you come back with, you know, well, I felt the exact same way, but what I found was once I started doing this, it changed my world.
Cool. And I done Beachbody and 2B for the last 2 years, and I'm looking at it, you know, my husband's like, you're going to be one of those people who hop. I'm like, no, I'm not going to hop.
No.
Beachbody and 2B gave me what I needed.
Yep.
I was not getting anywhere with people. They wanted to do what I did. I lost 40 pounds, but if you don't do the work and if you don't respond to me, you know, if you don't respond to my help, I can't help you. I can't make you do it, you know. And Shaklee, I have 2 boys, my husband, everybody has allergies in this house. So like my angle is the cleaner stuff. I mean, yes, okay, the skincare is fantastic, but I'm looking at that, you know, laundry detergent and everything. And that's a small investment, you know, and just a quick intro into the company. And so I've been sharing that kind of stuff, but I don't know. It's just
that is when your story comes in. That's when you're
you just gotta keep going.
trust.
Yeah.
Trust.
Silently follow, and then you say something one day that they're like, okay, tell me more about that.
Exactly. So I shook up in my Life Shake canister all of the names of everyone that was on before a couple people had to hop off. But so today I am sending you either our greens booster, which is amazing. Our greens booster is awesome. I use it every day in my Life Shake, or our gold mask. So our lucky Shaklee sis today is, and I think she's driving, it's Becca. Becca, you get to reach out to me offline and tell me what you want, sister. Greens booster or the gold face mask, both things that you could totally add to your stories, totally create contact. Becca. And
Yay, Becca.
Yay, and Becca's Alia. That's your girl, right?
Yeah, Shell and myself.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I need to like create this awesome family tree here.
So it's myself, Shell, and then Becca, Sierra, and Lincoln.
Shell's Becca. Amazing. Oh, I love it. We are totally creating this like badass babes club. You guys are without a doubt like rocking my world for being here. I know time is money, time is love, all the things. So thank you for taking a moment to hop on with me. I should play the Willy Wonka.
Thank you, Serena.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, guys. We'll see you guys the next time. I'll see you on social. Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye.